Well, the roles of men and women, both in the workforce and at home, are growing closer together by the day. And here in Pocatello, the American Association of University Women hopes to close that gap even further.
So we have Leeuwrik and Princess Young. They join us now to talk about this Start Smart program. Linda, can you tell us what is Start Smart?
Well, Start Smart is an initiative started by the AAUW, American Association of University Women, together with the Wage Project. Wages, women are getting even, I think, in order to prepare young women to go out into the workforce and learn how to negotiate salaries, learn how to do well in their interviews in order to start in a better place in their careers.
Okay. Is this a local program? Is this a national program?
This is a national program,
okay,
but our local branch is actually the first in the state to adopt this program and to offer these workshops.
Okay.
Now, Princess, you're a student. You're going to be heading out into the workforce soon.
Yes.
One of the things we hear is that women have a hard time negotiating. What are you hoping to learn about negotiation as you go to this workshop?
Well, the fantastic thing is I received my undergraduate degree in 2012, and I knew I needed to go to this workshop. And so I've actually gone the last 2 years, and it's helped me get internships and jobs. It helped me with my interview into grad school. And it just really teaches you to have the confidence that you need, and it helps you not talk about kind of negotiation in a personal matter, but more in the sense that this job is worth a certain amount and I deserve to receive that certain amount. So it's a really great workshop for men and women, but women specifically, because sometimes it's hard.
I think it's hard for women to negotiate. Like we feel like, oh, we don't want to push it, we don't want to cause problems, rock the boat.
So you want to stay humble and you
and
need to assert yourself.
Yeah, that's to our disadvantage. Even just starting out at a job, because if you start out lower, your increases are going to be lower.
Traditionally, women are not strong negotiators because we've been taught that that's too aggressive and too assertive, and so yes, we have a harder time with it, and this is to teach women how to do it and feel comfortable with it. Yeah.
Like you said, get that confidence. Now, when you go to the workshop, you do a little role playing. Do you kind of sit down? Do you ask questions like, here's what you can expect?
And there is some of that involved. I think there's 2 facilitators who are actually Boise members, but I'm going to be trained to do this in the future. They do some teaching, but then also there's interactive parts where you get engaged, especially with the behavioral interviewing. You actually practice the techniques and the negotiating as well. That's the other workshop. There's 2 workshops, behavioral interviewing and the Start Smart salary negotiation.
So I'm guessing then you're learning what behaviors you should and should not express when you're in an interview. What is something that people do that is bad, and we should not do it?
And Princess will be better prepared to answer that question since this is her field, actually.
I've had my pros and cons in interviews. I have my degree in human resource management, so I've seen it as well as probably done a few things. Stuttering, mumbling, being vague in your answers, as well as I've heard people bring in gum. I've heard them talk on their cell phones. They don't silence their phone, and they try to, let me just text really quick. And I'm thinking, this is not good.
Yeah, let me take a selfie while I'm doing an interview.
Exactly. Look at me almost getting a job.
So kind of like the do's and do not do's.
Well, and specifically behavioral interviewing from the human resource side is a new approach to interviewing that a lot of corporations are coming up with. And it's essentially saying, tell me about a time where you had to deal with this scenario, such as like conflict management, teamwork, something like that, multitasking, and tell me how you worked through it. And that is a good indicator to employers on how would this person as an employee work and transferable skills.
Okay.
So anyone interested in joining really quickly, where do they go so they can sign up, and when does it happen?
Well, I believe that your producer is going to have my email address available. I'm an ISU professor, and ISU and the Gender Center and AAUW are co-sponsoring. So they can email me, and they have to register. The workshops are free, and they can take one or both, but they have to register. There's an online link. If they email me, I can send them that link.
Perfect.
And we'll put up that email on the video on this on our website at kpvi.com.
That's great.
Princess, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And coming up next, we will talk fire safety when it comes to our elderly loved ones with Quail Ridge Assisted Living Center.